welcome back. If your garden is looking a little tired after a long, hot summer, now is the perfect time to freshen it up.
Yes, Justin Hancock with Costa Farms is here to help us out with that beautiful display as always. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Yeah, we were just chatting about the fact this summer has been so odd, right? It's been like a drought and then it's raining and all of that, and so we really need good advice on how to keep all of our stuff alive.
You know, the number one rule I follow for gardening is right plant, right place. You know, make sure you understand your conditions. If it's sunny, plant plants that like the sun. If it's shady, plant plants that like the shade.
Okay.
You know, and that way you'll struggle a lot less.
And we're talking, that's outdoor plants,
Correct,
obviously, if we're talking about that. So when you're saying shade and that, underneath your porch, outside in the yard, like we really have to place them.
Where the direct sun isn't hitting the plant, that's a great example of shade. And here in Florida, you know, you might see situations where it's sunny in the morning, but it's shady in the afternoon.
I never know what to do with that.
That's partial shade.
That's partial shade.
Yeah, because the Florida sun is so hot, like I consider if it morning sun and afternoon shade, then it's more partial shade.
Okay.
But if it's afternoon sun, then I just consider that full sun because again, it's so hot.
So intense. Yeah. Well, let's talk about some of the specific plants that you brought that we should maybe be thinking about putting in our front yards to kind of withstand this heat.
Perfect.
Right?
So this is heliconia. This is a tropical plant, has these really lush leaves and these really exotic flowers. As you can tell, it's a relative of bird of paradise. Yeah. And heat, humidity, a little bit of drought, no problem.
Okay.
You know, and if we get those downpours, it loves it.
Okay, and directs what kind of sunlight?
Yeah, you know, it loves the sun. It'll do some afternoon shade too.
Okay.
So if you have one of those situations where like half my yard is sunny, half, you can plant this and get that continuous look.
Okay.
This pink one, I am obsessed with.
Yes,
I know, this is called
so
cucurma.
pretty.
Okay.
It's another subtropical plant. And this one is a perennial here, so if you plant it in the ground, it'll bloom all summer. It'll go to sleep in the fall, but then next spring it'll come up. Comes with purple, pink, or white flowers, depending on the variety.
Okay.
And this is really best for like morning sun, afternoon shade, or all day shade.
Okay.
Which is great because it's so hard to find sometimes a plant that will do well and bloom really profusely when you don't have a lot of sun.
Yeah. And that's hard too with the flowers, you know, flowering ones, like you're talking perennials and annuals and where to put the, there's a lot that goes into this.
I know, it's very confusing. But I guess that's why if you start with something that's, you know, native to Florida or native to our environment, it works out well. What about these right here? Would those go good in a flower box? I have a flower box that's right in the sun.
So this is called Mexican heather, and this is one of the best little plants for heat, and it tolerates drought like a champ.
Yes, that's what I need.
You know, if it doesn't rain for you know, 3-4 days, it's going to be just fine in a planter box.
Yeah.
And then in the ground, it can go a week, maybe more without rain.
Perfect. What is it called again? Is it easy to get?
This is Mexican heather.
Mexican heather.
And all of these plants should be readily available at your favorite garden center or home improvement store.
Perfect.
Great.
Love that.
So a lot of outdoor talk. Let's talk indoor plants because you brought some of those as well.
All right, so a lot of people don't think about it, but indoor plants are perfect to put outside this time of year because they come from tropical environments, and so they love that heat, that humidity, that rain. And so, you know, something like Monstera Thai Constellation is just an absolute showstopper with those big variegated leaves.
Yeah.
And if you want your plants to get bigger, too, you can put them outside for a summer vacation. They'll get more light, they'll love the heat, they'll love the humidity, and they'll just explode with growth.
Yeah.
And then, you know, in the winter, when you bring them back in, they're that much bigger and more beautiful.
Man, I just killed one of those I had.
Yes,
yeah,
I know.
I just had to
You know, it happens to us all.
Yeah, I know. I took an...
Not to you. It's not happening to you.
Yes,
No,
I took an indoor plant and put it outside to water it for a little bit, left it out there too long, and it did not do well.
So yeah, the sun is a problem. I always recommend the indoor plants for a shaded spot.
That was my mistake.
You know, because it's like us. You know, when we're inside all winter, well, a little less on Florida. I grew up in Minnesota. When we're inside, you know, our skin's not used to the sun. We go out that first day, we get burned.
Right.
Same thing with plants.
Same thing with plants.
This is why we have you here.
Right. What about the bottom? What do you have down here? Anything
So
that we
these
should
are a
point
couple of
out?
other Thai Constellation Monsteras to show how big they can get.
Oh, okay.
And then here, this is a Dieffenbachia.
Okay, which one is that?
This guy right here.
Okay, kind of hard to say.
And they are so easy care.
Okay.
Indoors or out.
There's
that big lush tropical leaf. You know, great for a porch or shaded patio.
Okay.
You know, just to give you that instant impact that you don't necessarily get with the smaller flowers.
Right,
right. Oh, I like this one. Beautiful.
Well, we certainly love when you come by. If we want to get plants from you, if we have questions about all those things, how do we find you?
All right, I'm available at costafarms.com is the website. You can send us emails. We answer all the social media requests. We have a chatbot on the website too.
Perfect.
So, you know,
That's where I'll be.
We're here to make you successful.
Don't give up. We're almost through the summer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.